take on the number 3. On first, we've got a 1-1 count as we into left field. Winch, he swings and misses, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Eric Gendron directing. I'm Rob Adams. Happy you joined us. First pitch was about 2 minutes ago at 3:33. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. A runner off first, top of the first. Fastball, way first base. Jack Lynch hitting 8th and playing center. Danny Rachowski's batting 9th and playing shortstop. Fastball misses out on the hill for the Blue Wave right now. And no strikes. So it runs full. Tom Cribben working third baseline for the umpires. Strikes. Runner off is gone. Goes in the top of the first. Will meet the Blue Wave. Brown, left-handed batter. You can spy something by looking at Brown that is becoming a little more of the norm. See if I have a moment to explain after the first offering to him. Breaking ball is pulled down the line. Nice backhand grab at first by DeRubius. Gets the out there. On to second goes Schofield. That is not an easy play to make, especially for a right-handed thrower, because his glove is pointing towards second base. You can see as he turns around, he's got to go to the line and grab that backhand. It's not an easy play for a right-handed thrower going to the line, but he made a nice play there to get the out, 2 away. On to second, as I mentioned, went Schofield. The point I was trying to make just very quickly was the arrival of all these matte helmets that you're seeing in baseball. Here's Sean O'Malley. He takes a breaking ball for a called strike, 0-1. Even the vaunted Yankees have started wearing helmets that are not shiny. They're this darker matte look. We can dispute or debate whether you like them or not. Here's the 0-1, short hopped, 1 ball, 1 strike. And for some teams it looks good, some teams not so much. Doesn't look that bad on the Blue Wave. You can see that multi-tone D they have in the middle of the center of the helmet. The 1-1 with 2 out. Checked his swing. Ball does roll away from DeCoco on the turf field. Didn't get far enough, so Schofield stayed put. 2 balls, 1 strike. Of course, these two waited a long time before they found some offense in that game, the FCIAC Championship game last week. We ran the 8th inning for you back on Nutmeg Sports today, which was fun to go back in time. I'm a big fan of doing that. But right now we're waiting on a 2-1 with 2 out. That's another breaking ball that stays high, 3 balls and 1 strike. Blue Wave found themselves down 2-1 going to the 8th inning, but back they came with 2 to walk off with their first championship since 1981. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 out. Another breaking ball just kind of broke across, and the count runs full. So Schofield stays at second base with 2 out in a scoreless first. The left-hander Nemchek gets a sign from DeCoco. These teams feel like old friends to us now. And the 3-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball pulled foul right off the side of the dugout and thrown right back in. So we'll do it all over again. Nicely grabbed over there by Tyler Grant, the senior outfielder. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 out. Now the 3-2. Breaking ball, check swing, but he goes down on strikes to end the inning. First strikeout for Nemchek, and the Blue Wave leave a runner at first with no hits and no errors. We're through 1 in the CIAC Class Double-L second round. No score, Trumbull and Darien. You're watching the FCIAC on the HAN Network.
Connecticut is coming back to hometown banking, to a partner that makes small businesses feel big, where community comes first, where you get the know-how only neighbors can deliver, where saving time is important too. It's time to expect more. It's time to bank well. Bank smart. Bank local. Bank well. With the 24-month Bankwell Smart CD, you can earn 1.35% APY and raise your rate and add to your CD.
Welcome back to Darien High School. Alex Rousso, Chris O'Brien, Justin Waldick, 4, 5, and 6, and Phil Pacelli's lineup. Again, we can never say it enough. Both these coaches, along with so many others, all just so great to work with. All these schools are great to work with. The athletes are outstanding, and we know we're down to our final couple of broadcasts of the school year. We're going to try to dive into some Legion ball and some other stuff where we hope we see some of these same athletes, but we know school-wise is right up against the end of the year for us, and it has been quite a year. And there's no question we all feel rather blessed. Records out just because the CIAC Conference Tournament designated hitter, he got the win yesterday, going 9 as the Eagles beat Norwalk 1-0. Fastball low and inside, 1-0. He pitched in the FCIAC semifinal, pitched very well in that game, beating Fairfield Ward. Here's the 1-0 pitch with 1 down, no score. Runs inside, had to back him out of the way, 2 balls and no strikes. So for the Eagles, they're 16-8 overall and 14-7 according to the CIAC. 2-0 is bounced foul. 2 balls and 1 strike. In other words, they went 2-1 in the conference tournament, and the CIAC said, well, thanks but no thanks. As for Darien, 18-3 for the CIAC. However, they picked up 3 wins in the FCIAC tournament, meaning the championship, and they are 21-3 overall. Pulled out in front of the plate. That rolls foul. O'Brien did not run. However, it did roll foul. 2-2. Picked up by Sean O'Malley. Was talking with his grandfather before the game. Sean O'Malley, that is. Sounds like Sean might have an interest in doing the kind of thing we're doing. Here's the 2-2 with 1 out. High ball, left center field on his horse. That'll drop in for a base hit. Drops in front of Tyler Grant. And they'll throw it back in. Tyler Grant and Danny O'Boyle converging in center field. So it's a 1-out hit for O'Brien and the second hit for the batter. And he will try to get the Eagles going. Brings it home. Fastball right down the high, and he'll head down to first. Runners on first and second, and 1 out. That will always get a reaction from your teammates in the dugout. In this case, lots of hooting and hollering from the Eagles. And most of them encouraging their guy, in this case Waldick, saying, we've got ice, you'll be all right. Here's Vinny DeRubius. He waits, he swings, lifts it foul and behind home plate and out of play, 0-1. DeRubius came on and scored the winning run yesterday to knock out Norwalk. There was a little bit of controversy in that 7th inning, a couple of plays that certainly were chatted about. Runners on first and second, and the 0-1 on the way with 1 out. Fastball, rope to right center field. This is going to drop in for a base hit. Hitting the bag at third is O'Brien. Grabbed out in center and thrown back in, but a run will score on an RBI single by Vinny DeRubius, and Trumbull takes a 1-0 lead. He took the fastball and lined it right back up the middle. You can hear some of the Trumbull dugout having a little bit of fun at the expense of the Blue Wave. The Blue Wave, after they score a run every time, will begin chanting, yes, yes, yes. And somebody in the Trumbull dugout decided to have a little fun mocking it. you can understand the gamesmanship. Runners on first and third with 1 in and 1 out now, and Jack Lynch due up. Left-handed batter. He stands a little further back in the box than I was noting with Waldick a little earlier. He hits a fastball back to the first base side of the mound. It's going to get a run in, grabbed at second, the throw to first. It's in time there, but scoring is Waldick. 2 in the inning, this one on an RBI fielder's choice, and now it's a 2-0 ball game. To second goes Derubius. Just a simple 4-3 put out. Waldick comes on to score, and the Eagles up 2. Now Danny Rachowski, the shortstop. Left-handed batter will step in. And he's ready to go. And the pitch on the way. He hits the first pitch, bounces it to first. Casey Brown will take it to the bag, and the inning comes to an end. However, a little damage done by the Eagles. They grabbed 2 runs on 2 base hits with a hit batter, no errors, and 1 left on base. Middle of the second inning now in Darien. Trumbull 2, Darien nothing. You're watching the FCIAC, the Class LL second round on the HAN network.
Walter Stewart's Market in New Canaan is your time-saving local shopping destination for the best of spring. Find many of your favorite products, from great specials on everyday items to the freshest organic produce, artisanal cheeses, and grass-fed steaks. Drop off your knives to be sharpened, grab a beautiful bouquet of spring flowers, and stop in next door for a wine tasting. Plus, their personable staff is always ready to lend a helping hand. So stop in to Walter Stewart's Market, 229 Elm Street today, or shop online at stewartsmarket.com.
Have a sports injury or a slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast, without an appointment. Biking, golf, tennis, soccer, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care, open Monday through Saturday, now in 2 locations. The iPark building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk and 36 Old Kings Highway South in Darien. Or go to coastalorthoexpress.com, like them on Facebook.
Last of the second at Darien High School. Matt Drake, Cord Fox, Mark Schmidt due up. I'm Rob Adams. 2-0 the score as we head to the bottom of the second inning. So Joe Nemchek has been spotted a 2-run lead. Nemchek's last start was in the FCIAC Championship. He went 7 innings in that 8-inning game, allowed 1 earned run on 5 hits, walked 5, hit 1, struck out 8. And he'll deal with Matt Drake, right-handed hitter. And the bottom of the second gets underway with a breaking ball called strike on the inside corner, 0-1. The 0-1 swings and misses. Bottom dropped out of that one, and the count quickly 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. 2-0 ball game. Nemchek brings it home. On the outside corner, good morning, good afternoon, and good night. 1 away, second strikeout for Nemchek. That'll bring up Cord Fox, the designated hitter. Fox steps in, looking to get the blue wave off and running. Nemchek's first offering is a slow breaking ball that hangs upstairs, 1-0. The winner is back in action on Saturday. That's low and inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Also on the docket today and underway up at Simsbury is Fairfield Ludlow and Simsbury. The winner gets the winner of this game. The 2-0. Fastball well high, 3-0. Nemchek threw 118 pitches last week. The pitch count climbed high early on, but he was able to get things under control. The 3-0. That's a room service called strike, the letters, 3-1. He threw 71 pitches through 3, 85 through 4, but settled down and finished 7 with 118. That misses ball 4. So that's his second walk allowed. It'll bring up Mark Schmidt, the right fielder. It was Mark Schmidt who got the inning that everyone will remember started last Wednesday. He singled right back up the middle to start the fateful 8th. And he would come on and score the run that would tie it up. Runner off first. Breaking ball stays high. 1-0. So Nemchek's going to dazzle you with his breaking stuff and then try to set it up for the fastball. He's got a 2-0 lead right now. Here it comes. Fastball goes up the middle to short. Grab there to second for 1. Cicada's relay is short hopped and in time for a 6-4-3 twin killing, and the inning will come to an end. So each team has turned to double play. No runs, no hits, a walk, no errors, nobody left on base. 2 in the books now in Darien. Eagles 2, Blue Wave nothing. You're watching the Class XXL second round on the HAN Network.
For more than 50 years, Triple S has been Fairfield County's expert service for carpet, upholstery, and drapery cleaning. We provide the best in repairs and in-depth restoration, understanding fabrics and how to properly clean and restore them. Our staff will come to your home to clean your wall-to-wall carpet to perfection. We can also pick up your fine carpets and bring them to our facilities. With locations in Norwalk, Stamford, and Stratford, Triple S will get the job done fast, big or small. At Triple S, you can count on our people as well as our cleaning. Find us at triplesclean.com or 203-847-8000.
Warm weather, light breezes, boats are in the water. There's no better place to celebrate summer than the Dock Shop. Whether in Darien at 51 Tokenique Road or Westport at 609 Riverside Avenue, the Dock Shop is where you'll find everything you need to kick off summer. From the latest summer apparel to the newest fishing tackle, the Dock Shop will help you get the most out of your next beach day or harbor cruise. At the Dock Shop, you'll find a wonderful selection of items made in the USA and right here in New England, all with a distinct nautical flair. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the coastal lifestyle, this is a unique place to shop. DockShop.com.
On we go to inning number 3. Andrew Winch has allowed 2 runs on 3 base hits. As we go to inning number 3, Dustin Cicada, Andrew Loico, Krista Coco due up for the Trumbull Eagles. They lead 2-0. Cicada 1 for 1. He singled his first time. That was back in the first, and he swings and misses. 0-1. The 0-1. Breaking ball misses outside. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out, nobody on. 3rd inning, Loico brings it home. It's a high fly ball off first. Calling for it initially was Brown, but instead it's going to be Drake to take it, 1 out. Nobody on, 1 out. Now Andrew Loico due up. Pitch on the way, check swing, misses away. They're going to appeal down to first, no swing. 1 ball, no strikes. Last time we saw Andrew Winch was a complete game victory in the semifinals. Here's the 1-0. That catches the outside corner, 1-1. He beat the Norwalk Bears 5-1 last Monday. The 1-1 lifted foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. In that effort, Winch went the distance with 89 pitches, one earned run, 5 hits, walked 1, struck out 3. Now he's got a 1-2 pitch on the way. Right down the pipe, a called strike 3. Loico knew it. He's down now 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. And he is Winch's 2 strikeout victims. 2 down in the inning for Krista Coco, who's 0 for 1, grounded into a 6-run assisted 3 double play his last time. So he's 0 for 1. Right-handed batter. Off-speed pitch is lifted foul and out of play. First base side, 0-1. Foul territory here, very unforgiving. Nothing but trees all around, so you go back into the woods and, of course, well, deal with whatever's back there as you go to recover the loose ball. And, of course, high school teams, you need to get those loose baseballs back as easily as you can, if possible. There are houses, but it's a little further back, the 0-1. That's low. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Eagles threw 2 up on the board in the second inning, and now they're ready. Winch with a 1-1. That is roped to right center field, and a long run and a reaching, diving try. He got it. What a catch in right center field to end the inning. Racing over Mark Schmidt to save at least a double, and the inning comes to an end. 3 up, 3 down. Hang a star on it in your scorebook. After 2.5, 2-0, Trumbull leading Darien. You're watching the Class LL second round on the HAN Network.
A Better View Window Cleaning Plus has been cleaning glass all over Connecticut for over 20 years. They also specialize in cleaning chandeliers, mirrors, skylights, tiles, and will power wash anything that needs cleaning. They hold an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and are fully insured and bonded. When you deal with a Better View, you're dealing with the best, not the rest. Call today for a free estimate, 203-284-8836, or visit them online, abetterviewcleaning.com.
Mosquitoes, ticks, gone. Guaranteed. That's what Mosquito Squad guarantees as America's most trusted mosquito and tick control company. Locally owned and operated, over 90,000 homes have been protected by Mosquito Squad using their dual protection method for season-long protection, which includes barrier spray service for eliminating mosquitoes and adult ticks, as well as supplemental programs to increase tick control. They use only USDA organic options, which are safe and non-toxic. Contact them today at www.squadctny.com or 203-893-4309. Mosquito Squad. No bugs, no bites, no kidding.
Last of the third, well, now the question is, can the Blue Wave feed off the adrenaline of that great catch made in right center field by Mark Schmidt, and a great job of grabbing that off the camera work of Sean Saylor. On to the bottom of the third we go. Tyler Grant will lead things off. Right-handed batter, they're trailing 2-0, and they have yet to find a base hit. Nemchek ready to go. First pitch. Stays high and away, 1-0. One ball, no strikes. Nemchek brings it home. That's fouled away, first base side, 1-1. The breeze here today, very light. We told you on coffee break this morning that the breeze would really be right around 5 to 9 at best, and I have not felt that 9-mile-an-hour version. I think a lot of people would be pretty happy if we did. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Breaking ball on the inside corner. He backdoored him at the really down below the knees. 1-2. And yet, heat-wise, we sit at 78 degrees as we started today. The 1-2 pitch coming. Nemchek taking his time. He brings it home. Fastball well high, 2-2. Good crowd on hand. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, nobody on, last of the third. 2-0 Eagles, a big heave of a sigh from Nemchek, and the breaking ball is bounced and grabbed after climbing the ladder, and the low grab is bobbled at first. Safe at first is Grant. You gotta rule it an E1, unfortunately, simply because Nemchek made the nice play, comes off the mound, climbs the ladder, snags it out of the air, but it's the throw that'll cost him. That's an error on Joe Nemchek. It'll bring up Danny O'Boyle. So O'Boyle starting today in center field, as we mentioned. A late change in the lineup. Shows bunt, but takes a fastball called strike, 0-1. O'Boyle will be followed by the top of the order in Jamie Schofield. The winner moves on to the quarterfinals. The ball's 1 strike. Nemchek checks the runner off first. He's going to throw over. Diving back is Grant. Grant was hedging his bets ever so slightly, being held on by DeRubius. You can see the head move. That was the clear indication that Nemchek was going to throw over, but that might have not been his best move. Now he steps off the rubber. He brings it home. Long look down. Talked to him briefly before the game today. Swings at a low fastball, nothing in one. A single ties it. Breaking ball, line drive, left center field, base hit, drops in. Here's one run. Rounding third, Mike Scott will put up the hold sign on Schofield. Grant scores. The yes, yes goes up from the first base dugout. It's a 2-1 ball game. So Brereton staying hot with the RBI single. Had a nice note from Rich Brereton's father, Rich Brereton, also yesterday, as I talked to him for a little bit. But let's deal with Casey Brown first. He's 0 for 1. He swings to the right side. DeRubius bobbles it, steps on the bag. They get the out. The run scores. An RBI for Brown, and we're knotted at 2. DeRubius did the right thing, just go to the bag and step on it, bobbled it, but not a big deal. The run was going to be able to score. Schofield comes in. Brereton goes on to second. It's a 2-2 game. The short and simple of the conversation with Rich Brereton Sr. yesterday was, thank you for pronouncing our name correctly. We do our best. Don't always have the pronunciations in front of us, but we do our best. Here's Sean O'Malley. He's 0 for 1. He swings, pulls it foul, first base side. John Maselli coaching down there in the first base box, nothing in 1. So the possible future broadcaster climbs in with an 0-1 count. And a 2-2 ball game now. He waves the bat a couple of times, left-handed batter. And he swings, hits it through the left side, grounded in the backhand. The throw across will not be in time. Brereton makes the turn. It's an infield single. We might have jumped the gun a hair by saying through the left side, but once you get the ball over that way where Ruchowski was, you're basically on the outfield grass, and unless your name is Derek Jeter, you're probably not making that throw across. Matt Drake is 0 for 1. Checked his swing. Did he go around? They will appeal. He says no swing. First base umpire. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0. Swinging and missing. Off-speed pitch. The bottom dropped out of it. Now, time called. DeCoco got a little banged up. They ask for a towel. Pete Stokes, the home plate umpire, asks for a towel, and it's 1-1. So the scoreboard almost even. What else is new between these two teams? 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors right now for Trumbull, and 2-3-1 for Darien. From the stretch, Nemchek brings it home on a 1-1, runs it low and inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. That was the story between these two back at the FCIAC Championship game, but not. Trumbull won that game. That was back on May 17th. Swinging and missing, bottom drops out of that one. It's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 in, 2 on. But we're not in the second inning, we're in the third. So Deuce is not entirely wild, but close enough. And the 2-2 to number 4. Breaking ball, swung and a missed, and he goes down and strikes. The inning wave rally on 3 hits with an error and 2 left. We go now to the 4th inning. Tied at 2 between these two, Darien and Trumbull in the Class LL. Second round on the HAN Network. Do you need help reaching or maintaining your fitness goals? For over 20 years, Mike Pernice has tailored his time and expertise to clients on both coasts whose schedules demand flexibility and accountability. Mike is a certified lifestyle manager and has been called upon to help his clients eliminate negative behaviors such as coping with stress, improving their time management, setting realistic life goals, and cutting down compulsive behavior. If you're ready to start working toward a more energetic, productive, and healthier you, call Mike Pernice. Hi, I'm Rob Adams with Nutmeg Sports. And for nothing, Nutmeg Sports, 2 o'clock, Monday through Wednesday, right here on the HAN Network.
I'm Kate Chaplinsky. Join us for Coffee Break, weekdays at 11 to get the latest Connecticut news, weather, high school sports, and more. News doesn't get any more local than on Coffee Break on the HAN Network.
On we go to the fourth inning, 2-2 the score now. A programming note, or should I say a bookkeeping note, and I certainly don't want to give my friend the scoreboard operator any grief, but the error should actually be swapped out there on that right field scoreboard. It should be 2-3-1 to 2-3-0. But all that aside, we go to the fourth, and Alex Rousso will lead things off. He's 0 for 1, grounded back to the mound this first time. This ball game now tied at 2 as the Blue Wave put 2 on in the home half of the third. And an off-speed pitch stays low, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. And Winch brings it home. Rope down the left field line. This is a fair ball, rounding first. Heading towards second is Rousso, but he will stop and head right back to first with a leadoff single. So 1 on and nobody out. That's the go-ahead run for Chris O'Brien. He singled and scored his first time. The left-handed batter will step in a tie game. With Justin Waldick on deck, he was hit by a pitch his first time. He also scored a run. Left-handed batter. Lefty-lefty. Checking the runner, and he brings it home. Pulled foul, first base side. 0-1. This turf now 10 years old, Mike Scott was telling me. And they're beginning to think about replacing it. These field turfs only have a decade to 13 years, give or take, of a true lifespan. Now the 0-1. Off-speed pitch is roped to right center field. Not going to get that one. It's going to hit the wall with 1 hop. Sliding down and scooping it up is Schmidt. Heading to second is O'Brien. Second and third, nobody out. So the crowd goes a little hesitant here. And 2 on and none out for Justin Waldick. As I said, hit by a pitch his last time. And he scored a run. Right now in a golden spot for the Eagles, who are not the Golden Eagles, despite the fact that many call them that. Their band is the Golden Eagles, but the athletes are just the Eagles. An Eagle alum told me that. Pitch on the way. Watches it drop low and outside, 1-0. Waldick waiting. As I mentioned, stands far up in the left-handed batter's box. Not as far as he did last time. Breaking ball stays high and inside, 2-0. O'Malley tried hard to frame it. Pete Stokes, the home plate umpire, was not going to give it to him. 2 balls, no strikes. Golden spot here for Waldick as he waves the bat and cocks it, ready to go. Swings at the 2-0, off his foot and bounces it foul, 2-1. So he'll step back and think about that for a moment. Seems to be unfazed by it overall and climbs right back in. Scoops the dirt with his right foot and ready to go. Pulls the bat as if he's aiming it at Winch, then brings it back. The 2-1. Big bouncer to the right side. Going back on it, Drake. He'll give up the run. They'll go to first, get the out. A run scores, and it's a 3-2 ball game. Rousso comes on to score. To third goes O'Brien. So the productive out in the RBI and the high fives on the 4-3 put out for Waldick. He gets the RBI, and now it's a 3-2 game. That'll bring up Vinny DeRubia, singled his first time. Right-handed batter, and number 8 waits on it. Fastball called strike, 0-1. That was at the knees, maybe a hair low. Of course, much talk about the major league strike zone being adjusted as the infield comes in with 1 out. And we'll see if that goes down to the lower levels. The 0-1 pitch coming with 1 out. Lifted to left, going back on it toward the wall, and it is they are chanting home run, and it is indeed over the fence. DeRubius hits it out, and it's a 5-2 ball game. Grant gave it a look, but it went down the left field line. And you can hear the Trumbull bench absolutely having fun at the expense of the Blue Wave with that yes, yes, yes chant. Now a 5-2 ball game and Jack Lynch up. He's 0 for 1, grounded to second. The lefty brings it home, fastball swung and missed, 0-1. So right now, you could say that the Eagles have solved Andrew Winch, but a lot of ball to be played still. Bounce to the right side, Drake will come on, grab it, throw to first, get the out there, 2 away. The Casey Brown fan club gets heard from, 2 out for Danny Richowski, he's 0 for 1. He's 0 for 1. Grounded to first. 3 in this inning. And a 5-2 lead now for the Eagles as Winch brings it home. That pitch had a nice tail on it. Looked like a 2-seam fastball. Dives away, 0-1. Didn't look like a true slider. Didn't have that kind of movement to it. The lefty brings home the 0-1. Tried to do the same, but it ran inside this time, 1-1. Top of the order, Dustin Cicada due up next. Now the 1-1. Pulled down the line and a foul ball. Hopped over the bag at first. And they're having some fun with each other. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Trying to have fun with that. Pete Stokes expense saying, hey, did that ball go to the left of the base? Of course, that would have been a fair ball, but not the case. Winch ready, a 1-2. Breaking ball, no. Stayed a little high, 2-2. That's why we work in pencil on the scorecard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. 5-2, Trumbull on top of Darien in the 2-2 pitch. Went down and golfed it into right field, and it's a 2-out base hit for Richowski. As we said to you a little earlier, put the ball down and a left-hander can be a sucker for them. Well, it worked out for Richowski with a 2-out hit to right. Back to the top of the order, 7th man up this inning. Here's Dustin Cicada, he's 1 for 2. Singled and popped to second. The right-handed batter on this warm day, temperatures in the high 70s. Throw back to first. Back safely, Richowski. We told you 78 at first pitch, but I'd be willing to bet it was higher than that. Certainly down where we are here at Darien High School. Swinging and missing is Cicada, 0-1. You might be able to overhear some beats off in the distance. Lacrosse going on over on the high school field. The 0-1 with 2 out. Big bouncer to the left side. Grabbing it there, Brereton. He sets and fires. Got him by a couple of steps. And the inning comes to an end. But for the Eagles, they get 3 and they strand 1. We go now into the bottom of the 4th inning with Trumbull leading Darien 5-2. You're watching the Class XXL second round on the HAN Network.
It's time to come back to hometown banking, where people are taken into account, not just balances. where community comes first. A place where there's more than one kind of interest. Where automation will never replace consideration. Where they not only know your name, they know your dog's name too. It's time to expect more. It's time to bank well. Bank smart. Bank local. Bank well.
You're watching the HAN Network, and you're not alone. Nearly 1 million people have watched our live sports, news, and entertainment programming since the network launched in August 2015. Advertise on the network that reaches Fairfield County, Connecticut's most engaged audience. Contact Advertising Director Jessica Murrin at 203-273-7312 or email jessica@han.network.
To the bottom of the fifth we go, a 5-2 score. You know, I was on Wavecast yesterday for an inning. The guys were nice enough to have me on, and I figured, well, I've got a Wavecast alum standing right behind me. Let's have him on for a little bit. Alex Hager joins us. Alex, how are you?
Thank you very much for having me, Rob. I'm doing pretty well.
How's life treating you in college?
Life's treating me pretty well. I'm doing an awful lot of play-by-play, doing play-by-play on the radio for the Elon women's basketball team down in North Carolina.
Cord Fox takes high and away, 1-0.
I always love coming back here, and this is a team that treated me very well in the past, the Darien Blue Wave, and it's a lot of fun to watch these state playoffs as well.
1 ball, no strikes. Pitch on the way. He swings and lifts a high fly ball onto the outfield turf, or grass if you so choose. Coming on to make the catch is Justin Waldeck. He called off Cicada, 1 out. Got to get a little nostalgic when you come back, though.
Oh, I absolutely do. I mean, it's not a lot of the same players on the field anymore, but this is a place that I spent a lot of time, especially for someone who wasn't actually on the team.
Yeah. There's Mark Schmidt, 0 for 1, grounded into a 6-4-3 his first time. Takes a called strike, 0-1. I mean, I remember early last year, the first time I ever looked at Richard Brereton, you and I were doing a scrimmage game here with snow still on the ground. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fouled off at the plate. It's 0-2.
Yep, you do the whole season. You start the season in a winter jacket, and you end in shorts and a T-shirt.
You really do.
That's the nature of baseball in Connecticut.
But
with this turf field, that doesn't pose too much of an issue.
It really doesn't. And it's amazing how quickly we went from still needing jackets, 50 degrees, to all of a sudden, oh my goodness, we need shorts, and it's in the upper 80s. There was no in between this year for sure. The 0-2. Fouled off, nubbed it foul, first base side. It stays 0-2, so 1 out.
And if I recall, that scrimmage that we did was to test out HAN Network's video capabilities,
It was.
which are beyond up and running now.
It was. We had already done some video by then, but we had yet to try out baseball, so that was our maiden voyage. It was really available to only a few people. Scoreboard operator getting reminded to put an out up on the board. I was talking to him yesterday. I said, you've got a thankless job. So much as one little boo-boo, and you hear about it.
And you only ever notice his job when he's doing it wrong.
Yeah, that's exactly, well, it's like an umpire for that matter.
Exactly.
Here's the 0-2 pitch with 1 out, 5-2 game. That hit him. This Blue Wave team knows how to take a pitch, and they did it right there. First batter hit by Nemchek.
This team has matured very quickly, very well, because there are only 2 returning starters from last year's team that had pretty deep FCIAC and state tournament runs. And this is a team that has a lot of people who weren't on the field last year, and they have done an incredible job of getting experience and getting quality play in this season.
Tyler Grant reached on a Nemchek error. He came around and scored. 5-2 Eagles, as that's low, 1-0. One ball, no strikes. A runner off first, being held on by DeRubius. Nemchek checks him. He'll throw to first. That is a balk. Off to second he goes. First base umpire Tom Cribben called him out, and away he goes to second base.
And in especially games like this that are so close, even a balk that advances a runner, that could be the one run that gives the Blue Wave the edge at the end of the day.
Offensively, the Blue Wave with a little need to wake up here. They're down 3 at a 5-2 clip right now. 1 ball, no strikes. That dropped low. Fastball 2-0. What were your emotions last week as times called? You know, again, you cover the Blue Wave, as you've told me. Last week, the Blue Wave go and win the championship for the first time in 35 years. It's got to be somewhat you know, emotional for a guy like you.
That was really awesome. That was one of the first games in a while that I'd watched as a fan, and I was actually watching with, you know, a good portion of last year's Blue Wave baseball starting lineup, and we were all having a lot of fun because I'm sure you can remember last year that team was a very passionate and very, very loud team in the dugout and on the field, and that spirit really hasn't left those guys.
No.
And up at Harbor Yard, that was a phenomenal game, and these guys gave us a heck of a spectacle to watch, too.
Now, the Darien fans made some great noise, especially late. And the thing is, and I'm not calling anybody out when I say this, it's a longer trip for Darien than it was for Trumbull. Trumbull really had the better fan support there, just in terms of numbers. But the Blue Wave fans made themselves known.
Yeah, Trumbull really had a presence, but our fans are especially talented at showing up to the later round games. I'll leave it at that.
You and I have talked about that. 2 balls, no strikes, a runner in scoring position now in a 5-2 game. Fly ball off first. That's going to get out of play. 2 balls and a strike. He was late on that. So Grant climbs out, grabs his thoughts, will climb back in. Waiting on a 2-1 pitch, home plate umpire. Glancing over to first base side. Pete Stokes has had his say. And now we get back to business. I'll throw the ball in, get a new one. Nemchek's got one. And we're all set. You can hear almost the exact same soundtrack over at the high school football field, lacrosse field, that we were hearing here. That's high and away, 3-1.
Hopefully some of these fans stick around once the lacrosse gets underway, but that encampment of super fans out in right field has been a mainstay lately, I'd say.
It's cool to see out there on the back of the pickup truck. Nice way to watch a ball game, the 3-1. Back up the middle and through. It's a base hit. Hitting the bag at third, Schmidt. Stops there, comes on, slides, bangs in off of DeCoco, scores. The 2 of them are going to talk it over. The 3 of them are going to talk it over. Now it's no harm, no foul. The run scores. Staying put at first is Grant. It's a 5-3 ball game. That was weird at home plate. I do think it was really not a big deal, but I can understand DeCoco not seeing Schmidt come in, kind of say, what was that all about?
Yeah, that's sort of a discretion call as to who's in whose way there, but it looked like Schmidt really didn't come in with too much harmful intent there. It looked like he kind of tried to get around him, but caught a shin pad on the slide, I saw.
Now runner off first. Grant with the RBI single, and swinging and missing is O'Boyle, 0-1. I think for Pete Stokes, he probably looked at Schmidt and DeCoco and said, okay, that's once, knock it off. Let's not see that again. No balls and a strike, tying run at the plate. He swings and lifts it, foul off first. Arubius to give it a look, braces himself against the fence and makes the catch, 2 out.
The Blue Wave baseball team has really been working in these last 2 years to kind of establish a legacy now. I mean, this is a town that's always been known for its lacrosse, and quite a few years hockey and football have been really the flagship sports here. But baseball now is really, pun fully intended, making a splash.
It really is incredible what this school has become athletically. Back to the top of the order for Jamie Schofield. Walked, doubled, and scored a run. Breaking ball stays on the outside corner, 0-1.
This is a town that really has sports in its blood, and I know that from the youth level, to the point where even, you know, schmucks like me who are getting cut from the freshman baseball team are still sticking around.
No balls, 1 strike, 2 out, 5-3. Short hopped in the dirt, no advance by the runner off first, Grant. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike. I can tell you, though, it wasn't all that long ago. I mean, it is now, but, you know, turn of the century, which is amazing to say, this was not a great sports town. Darien football was not that great as we got into the early 2000s, and the same could be said really for almost all the sports in town. That stays high. 2 balls and a strike.
It's really, I think, since about 2010 that it's really been taking off. And I mean,
I agree.
This town is just sweeping the competition.
It's been amazing to watch. It really has. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 out. Runner off first, 5-3 ball game. Breaking ball, swung and a miss. Boy, he pulled a string there, 2-2. Brereton on deck. He's 1 for 2. Schofield collects himself, climbs back in. Nemchek takes a look. Straightens up at the letters, brings home the 2-2 with 2 out. Bounced foul, will do it all over again.
Yeah, the way this game is going, I have a feeling that there's definitely going to be action down to the wire, and even small mistakes are going to play a pretty big role in the outcome of this one.
For Nemchek, the pitch count up into the 50s now, and right around the same for Andrew Winch. The 2-2 with 2 out. Here it comes. Fastball high, 3-2.
Good patience to take that one. It's tempting to swing with this count, but
Grant gets released on a payoff pitch with 2 out. Big bouncer up the middle, behind the bag, grabbed there to throw across, not nearly in time. Cicada went all the way over, grabbed it behind the bag. The second goes Grant on the infield single.
not exactly a pretty way to get on base there, but a runner's a runner, and the Blue Wave is still alive in this inning.
And as I always say, when you look at the scorecard, it still says 1B. You still got a hit. Rich Brereton can tie this right back up. He's got the tying run at first, but 2 out. 1 for 2. Singled in an RBI last time. Right-handed batter. Breaking ball, he does swing. Bounces it to short. The grab there, the underhand toss right out of the glove by Rachowski to Cicada, and the inning comes to an end. So, the Blue Wave do put a run back on the board on 2 base hits, but they also strand 2. You want to stay for another half inning?
Nah, I don't see why not.
Stick around. We're through 4. It's a 5-3 ball game with Trumbull leading Darien. You're watching the 2016 Class XXL second round playoffs on the HAN Network.
Have a sports injury or a slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast, without an appointment. Biking, golf, tennis, soccer, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care, open Monday through Saturday, now in 2 locations. The iPark building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk and 36 Old Kings Highway South in Darien. Or go to coastalorthoexpress.com, like them on Facebook.
Walter Stewart's Market in New Canaan is your time-saving local shopping destination for the best of spring. Find many of your favorite products, from great specials on everyday items to the freshest organic produce, artisanal cheeses, and grass-fed steaks. Chop off your knives to be sharpened, grab a beautiful bouquet of spring flowers, and stop in next door for a wine tasting. Plus, their personable staff is always ready to lend a helping hand. So stop in to Walter Stewart's Market, 229 Elm Street today, or shop online at stewartsmarket.com.
I'm Kate Chaplinsky. Join us for Coffee Break, weekdays at 11 to get the latest Connecticut news, weather, high school sports, and more. News doesn't get any more local than on Coffee Break on the HAN Network.
On to inning number 5, and a new pitcher for the Darien Blue Wave as Rich Brereton goes to the hill. To short goes Chris Drake, but Andrew Winch's day is over after 4 innings of work. Surprised?
Not exactly. I mean, even in past years, Brereton, as an underclassman, had been stepping in as sort of a staple reliever of this lineup. And pitching depth has always been an issue for the Blue Wave. They've always been a little bit top-heavy, and the best pitchers have been great starters, but relief has always sort of come into question. But with Rich Brereton on the hill, I have a feeling this team is in pretty good hands.
So the book will be closed on Winch. 54 pitches, 4 innings of work, 5 runs all earned, 7 hits, hit 1, struck out 2. Of course, we saw Brereton last week in the FCIAC Championship game, and he only decided to go win the Most Valuable Player award. That's how good he was.
Brereton, I believe, one of a handful of players on this team continuing his baseball career in college. I believe Richard will be attending Emory University next year, one of the nation's premier Division III baseball programs.
He'll start the 5th with Andrew Loico, who's 0 for 2, a pair of strikeouts against Winch. Just holds the bat right down, as if he's got a 5-iron in his hand, and now he brings it up near his head, and the first pitch on the way. Fastball low and outside, 1-0. Last week, FCIAC Championship game, 110 pitches, 8 innings, complete game effort, 1 earned run, 6 hits, 2 walks, hit 1, struck out 5. And he brings home a 1-0. Pushed down the first base line and slicing foul. 1-1.
Not a lot of room over there to get 2 foul balls if you need to. I remember a little while ago, Mike O'Malley, the right fielder on last year's Blue Wave baseball team, popped his shoulder out of his socket going for a ball there and was actually knocked out into postseason play. So that's a pretty dangerous place to make a play.
It is. It is very unforgiving. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. Trumbull leads 5-3 as we're in the 5th. O'Malley gives Brereton what he wants. He works from the stretch and he brings it home. Stays high, an off-speed pitch. 2-1. How about broadcasting college sports? I remember I did some college sports as well, and I remember thinking to myself, oh, this is going to be the big time now. This is, they're going to treat us well. The 2-1. Fastball rolled to second. Grabbed by Matt Drake. He'll throw him out. 1 away. And then I got there and discovered, nah, you might get some stat sheets, but it's not as first class as you immediately think.
Yeah, you definitely, it's definitely not quite as big a deal as you might think. But I'm down at Elon University in North Carolina, and that's all Division I. So
right. It's
generally pretty high caliber. Really nice facilities down at Elon, and definitely a lot of stat sheets coming your way. But even I got to attest some great pregame snacks around the Colonial Athletic Association as well.
Here's Chris DeCoco, 0 for 2. Checked his swing, pitch dives away, 1-0. And you're right, once you're at Division I, you expect, there's a different expectation versus, say, Division III or anywhere else.
Especially in the CAA, you're playing some state schools as well, the JMUs, the Williams and Marys, and the UNC Wilmingtons definitely have that kind of bigger school caliber and feel, and playing in some large arenas this year as well.
1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. 5-3 ball game, and the pitch on the way. Sent it to the right side and over the outstretched glove of Matt Drake. So it'll be a 1-out single for DeCoco to bring up Alex Rouso, who's 1 for 2.
And, I really can't complain either. I've been doing some play-by-play for the Elon women's basketball team this year, and they save a seat on the bus and sometimes the plane for a broadcaster or two. So I've gotten to fly up to Boston and New York and Delaware to call games, and it's been a lot of fun. And it does sort of feel like a royal treatment, especially when you're getting put up in a nice Boston downtown hotel.
Absolutely. Junior Angelo Tuccinardi will go out to run for DeCoco.
Tuccinardi, actually a former DHS student. He was originally I believe a third-string quarterback on the DHS football team, but I believe moved to Trumbull for personal reasons and is now on the Eagles baseball team.
And has done his fair share of pinch running. So he climbs out to first. It's a 5-3 ball game right now. Many in this crowd have quieted down. A little bit of tension here at Darien. Rouso singled and scored his last time up, right-handed batter. Tuccinardi with a lead, but time called.
Especially at this time of day, these games start to feel real long with the sun setting down there.
Oh, yeah. Now from the stretch, we're in the 5th. Brereton checks, brings it home. Fastball is roped to right. Turning and making the catch. It wasn't easy out there for Schmidt, but he puts it away. Retreating Tuccinardi. There's 1 on and 2 out.
Fortunately, not a huge issue this time of year, but especially a little bit earlier in the spring. And if you're playing any fall baseball here, the sun can be a huge issue. Not a lot of trees in the outfield to block it, and sometimes it's directly in the catcher and umpire's eyes. And I've played first base on this field, and I can tell you that trying to catch a line drive throw from third base while you're staring directly into the sun at the same time is not an easy task.
Chris O'Brien is 2 for 2. Singled and scored, doubled and scored. Left-handed batter, got the win in yesterday's game. Fastball on the inner half, 0-1. He pitched 9, complete game effort, 1-0 victory. Brereton just glances over his left shoulder, now straightens up. Brings it home, runner goes. Hit and run was on. It's a fly ball back behind the plate. Josh Fisher will watch it bounce off, I think, the tree and out of play. But that made quite a pop as it went foul.
Might have been the old ivy-covered scoreboard back there.
I thought it was heading toward that initially, but the way it kind of pinballed around.
Yeah.
0-2. Mighty ivy covered and hopefully not poisonous. The 0-2 runner stays put. Pulled to the right side. They'll go to the bag there. Brown will get the out. takes a look around and says, no, that's it. The inning's over, and he'll head off the field. So down go the Eagles in the top of the 5th inning, and that's a good job by Brereton to shut the door, and we stay at 5-3. Middle of the 5th inning, 5-3. Trumbull on top of Darien. We'll come back bottom of the 5th right after this on the HAN Network.
For more than 50 years, Triple S has been Fairfield County's expert service for carpet, upholstery, and drapery cleaning. We provide the best in repairs and in-depth restoration, understanding fabrics and how to properly clean and restore them. Our staff will come to your home to clean your wall-to-wall carpet to perfection. We can also pick up your fine carpets and bring them to our facilities. With locations in Norwalk, Stamford, and Stratford, Triple S will get the job done fast, big or small. At Triple S, you can count on our people as well as our cleaning. Find us at triplesclean.com or 203-847-8000.
When it comes to local entertainment, we've got it all.
From movies, local artists, etiquette, and more.
Watch HAN Arts and Leisure every Thursday at 2 on the HAN Network.
I'm John Kovach. I'm a newspaper editor. I'm a high school football coach. I'm a television presenter. And I want you to love fishing as much as I do. Tune in to Yankee Fisherman, Thursdays at 1 on the HAN Network. It's like going to the tackle shop without leaving your office.
5-3 ball game as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. I said when we went and had Alex Hager join us in the bottom of the 4th, I was on Wavecast yesterday, and I was very pleased to be joined there. John Ruth was nice enough to have me on, and it's the least I can do to have him join us for a little bit here. John, thanks for a few minutes.
Yeah, of course. Happy to be here.
How has it been doing Wavecast? I know you kind of took over from Alex, and it's got to be a thrill.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity to really to be able to watch this team grow throughout the season, really be a part of them, and calling the games, all the great moments. It's been a great experience.
Casey Brown leads things off, takes a breaking ball upstairs, 1-0. The Blue Wave down 5-3 as we play here in the last of the 5th inning at Darien High School. Fastball runs on the inside corner, a called strike. Brown will glance back and say, I don't agree, sir, 1-1. He's 0 for 2 with a pair of groundouts to first. Nemchek, ready, brings home the 1-1. Breaking ball, bounce to the right side. Playing him on the outfield grass was Cicada. Straightens up and fires, throws him out, 1 away. 1 down, it'll bring up Sean O'Malley in this today.
Well, you know, this it's not what the Blue Wave is used to seeing, but I have a lot of confidence in their offense. They've come in the clutch a lot of times, and perseverance has been a big characteristic for the team. I think they can definitely come back, especially with Sean O'Malley coming up right now.
O'Malley, 1 for 2, struck out and singled. I had to laugh. I saw your setup yesterday. You used the for lack of a more graceful term, not to give out free advertising, but the Apple Buds is basically your headset. And here you are on, one of these headsets today. I imagine it's a night and day for you.
Yeah, it's weird. Like on the Apple earphones, you can basically hear everything around you, but with this, it's a lot more singular. Which it's a lot more high-tech than our old system that we use.
I admire your system, though. Pitch on the way to O'Malley, and that misses 1-0. Obviously, we love what we do. We love the big setup, but there was a simplicity to what you guys were doing that I thought, wow, showing up, putting a computer together and a couple of earbuds, that's not a bad gig. Lifted foul off first. That will bounce off the fence in front of the Darien dugout, so it's 1 ball, 1 strike. That was a hot game yesterday, though.
It was a scorcher, no doubt about that. I was glad we had the tent to help out with that.
Although your poor partner sitting there, he was getting roasted.
Yeah, Jeremy was on the edge of the table, so he had basically half of his body covered in the sun, the other half was in the shade.
That's where I sat. I was bathed in sweat very nicely. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. He pulled a nasty string on him, 1-2. Matt Drake due up next. 5-3 the score. Bottom of the 5th at Darien High School. The 1-2 on the way from Nemchek. Another big breaking ball. Bounce to the left side. Coming in on it to play it. Rachowski throws across. 2 out. Is this something you want to pursue as you move on to college, or are you just having fun with it?
I think it started off having fun with it. I've always been a big fan of baseball. But, after going through it, it's definitely an option. I haven't really figured out exactly what I'm going to do, but it's been so fun that I've now thought about doing it when I go over to Wake Forest.
Drake 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts, and Nemchek brings it home. Big bouncer foul, third base side, 0-1. Well, I don't think I'm going too far out on a limb by saying if you ever want to pick the brains of any of the HAN guys, you let us know. We're all pretty easy going, and we like talking this business. The 0-1, swung and a missed 0-2.
That's greatly appreciated. I really appreciate the offer, and I might take you up on that.
We have a good time with it, that's for sure. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Bottom of the 5th, 5-3 ball game. Nemchek, ready, brings it home to Drake. Swings and misses. Pitch dropped, picked up by DeCoco. He'll throw to first. It'll be a strikeout, 2-3, and the inning comes to an end. That will be strikeout number 4. You want to stay another half inning?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's do it. We're through 5 now, a 5-3 ball game with Trumbull on top of Darien. You're watching the FCIAC on the HAN Network.
A Better View Window Cleaning Plus has been cleaning glass all over Connecticut for over 20 years. They also specialize in cleaning chandeliers, mirrors, skylights, tiles, and will power wash anything that needs cleaning. They hold an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and are fully insured and bonded. When you deal with a Better View, you're dealing with the best, not the rest. Call today for a free estimate, 203-284-8836, or visit them online, abetterviewcleaning.com.
Alberto Londano Professional Painting, Wallpapering, and Carpentry has been serving Fairfield County for over 20 years. Based in Norwalk, Alberto takes pride in his work by offering you only the best quality service and products. Call Alberto today to get a free estimate and be one step closer to a new and exciting home makeover. 203-866-9635.
I'm Denise DiGregoli, the host of The Drive on the HAN Network. Join me Tuesdays for some motivational, intelligent talk with a little humor as we visit with people who live their lives mindfully. Tune in to The Drive live on Tuesdays, 12:30, here on the HAN Network.
On we go here, top of the 6th inning at Darien High School. Richard Brereton will start his 2nd inning of work. Sean Saylor running a camera down the line. A.J. Simonowski, Andrew Mitchell as well. Eric Gendron directing. Marty Hersom, Josh Fisher all here. As well as we want to give a shout out to Alex Hager and John Ruth alongside of me. I'm Rob Adams as we go to the 6th inning. For the Eagles, they'll send up Justin Waldick, Vinny DeRubius, and Jack Lynch. That's 6, 7, and 8 in Phil Caselli's order. What was it like as a broadcaster last week watching this team win a championship?
Boy, it was funny. I was with Jeremy at the game, and we both sat next to each other with some of our friends, and it was weird because we were actually kind of announcing the game to each other, and our friends were kind of joking with us, saying like, "What are you doing?" Because we've been so used to calling the game, but it's definitely a different perspective as a fan. They're both great perspectives, but it was nice to be able to watch the championship game and be able to cheer on the guys more loudly than I can't really do that behind the microphone.
The 1-0 pitch, fouled straight back. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Birdhouse Cam hanging back there today. 1-1. Waldick hit by a pitch and scored. Grounded to second, drove in a run. Left-handed batter. Waits on a 1-1 from Brereton, who brings it home. Fastball lifted foul, goes right up over our heads, bouncing right out in front of us. And that'll get tossed right back in, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He works from the first base side of the rubber. Infield back, outfield straight away. Now the 1-2 pitch. Fastball is lifted, a high fly ball, but it comes to center. Coming in on it, kind of adjusting himself and putting it away. In center field is Danny O'Boyle, 1 out. So 1 down, it'll bring up Vinny DeRubius. He's had himself a game, 3 RBIs, singled and homered. Hit a 2-run shot his last time up, and that made it 5-2 at the time. I can tell you from also that perspective of being a fan, you want to always be calling the game. It's a weird feeling. First pitch is a fastball on the outer half, 0-1. Even for me standing behind you guys yesterday, thinking to myself, boy, there's a part of me that wants to dive in. So I know that feeling. The 0-1. Drives it to center again. but this time ranging over 2 in right center, and it's taken by the right fielder, Schmidt. He puts it away, 2 out.
Yeah, I think it's a much different experience once you start announcing, because you'll have those, if you go to a baseball game with your dad, you'll be like, oh, that's a strike, something like that. But after you start announcing, you're so used to going so into detail about what's going on that you're talking a little too much during the game.
And it does teach you a little bit as well to keep those emotions in of not rooting one way or the other. It's a unique opportunity. Here's Jack Lynch. He's 0 for 2. Fastball stays high. 1 ball, no strikes. Danny Rachowski on deck. He's 1 out of 2. 5 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for Trumbull. 3-5-0 for the Blue Wave. And the 1-0. A called strike. That ran right across the plate. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 out. Working from the stretch, Brereton brings it home. That stays high. 2 balls and a strike. In the bottom of the 6th for the Blue Wave, it'll be Fox, Schmidt, and Grant. Now the 2-1. Fouled off. Bounces upstairs. 2-2. Little bit of nervous time here in Darien, and yet you get the sense these fans think the comeback is still right there for them. But we'll see in the last of the 6th. Brereton's got to get out Lynch with a 2-2. Got him to wave at a high fastball, and the inning comes to an end. First strikeout for Richard Brereton. John, keep up the great work, and like we said, anytime, come give us a shout. We'll talk to you.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
We're through 5.5 here at Darien High School. Nothing across. It's a 5-3 ball game. Trumbull leading Darien. You're watching the Class XXL second round playoffs on the HAN Network.
Mosquitoes, ticks, gone. Guaranteed. That's what Mosquito Squad guarantees as America's most trusted mosquito and tick control company. Locally owned and operated, over 90,000 homes have been protected by Mosquito Squad using their dual protection method for season-long protection, which includes barrier spray service for eliminating mosquitoes and adult ticks, as well as supplemental programs to increase tick control. They use only USDA organic options, which are safe and non-toxic. Contact them today at www.squadctny.com or 203-893-4309. Mosquito Squad. No bugs, no bites, no kidding.
At the Language School in Ridgefield, we teach practical language for real life, tailored to your professional needs or those of your children. Offering more than a dozen languages, the school specializes in creating customized classes for businesses, government agencies, and healthcare professionals in Fairfield and Westchester counties. Native speakers from around the world will instruct students of all ages in the language and the culture using a hands-on method. Find out more about what makes us different at thelanguageschoolglobal.com or call us at 203-241-7010.
On we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. 6 outs remaining for the Darien Blue Wave. They'll set up Cord Fox, Mark Schmidt, Tyler Grant. And they're chasing 2, down 5-3. On to the bottom of the 6th. Fox, 0 for 1. He walked and flied to right. Programming note for you, or technical note if you will. This is not our usual high-def presentation, but hopefully by the time you see it later on the archive, it will look rather glorious. But we're just running a little bit differently today. Technically not exactly what we had lined up when we first got here, but great effort by everybody here. And hopefully you're not noticing anything other than the normal. Let's go to the bottom of the 6th. Fox waits. Breaking ball, runs inside, 1-0. So our thanks to both of the Wave casters, be it the present or the past, Alex Hager and John Ruth. A deep drive goes to left, heading back, it's toward the fence, to the wall, it is gone! Cord Fox got a belt-high fastball. He tattooed it to left. No cars seem to be harmed in that drive, and we've got a one-run ball game at 5-4. It'll bring up Mark Schmidt, who grounded into a double play. Hit by a pitch, he also scored a run. He swings and lines it over first, down the line. It'll be played out along the right field line by Justin Waldeck, and the tying run is on in the person of Mark Schmidt. Danny Gardella checking in, telling us he's enjoying watching. Danny was part of that broadcast last Wednesday. Here's Tyler Grant, reached on an error, scored a run, singled, drove in a run. See if they play small ball, they will. Bunts it, Nemchek off the mound, grabs it, takes a look, fires to first, got him by a couple of steps. Sacrifice, 1-3 on the putout, one away, Schmidt to second. We said that last week during this very same matchup between these teams. Frank Granito and I taking note of the fact, and Justin Galante as well, not many teams play small ball anymore. These guys do a nice job of it, swinging and unable to hold up the bat is Danny O'Boyle. No balls and a strike, he's 0 for 2. 5-4, runner in scoring position. Nemchek brings it home. Breaking ball on the inside corner, a called strike, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 5-4 ball game. Breaking ball, ooh, just missed, 1-2. A hair upstairs was the indication from Pete Stokes. Now a ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2. Got him to foul it off at the plate. 1-2. Good bat control by Danny O'Boyle. That was nasty pitch to swing at. And that's what happens. For those who don't know, if you've never stood in against it, that pitch is coming right at you. You think it's hittable. Then the bottom drops out. And by then, your bat has already gone around. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. 5:01 on the clock in right field, and the 1-2. Breaking ball high, 2-2. So much for the low-scoring effort of last Wednesday. The 2-2. Pulled foul. It stays 2-2. Mike Scott is coaching in the third base coach's box, and as he is out of my sight, I can only say he made a stunning grab over at third. He probably didn't even offer for it, but he'll appreciate the effort. The 2-2. That is low. Gets away, but no advance. Able to block it just enough was to Coco, and the count runs full. So the noise has returned to Darien High School. People getting nervous. A 5-4 ball game. And the payoff pitch. Fastball lifted, fouling out of play, spoiling it 3-2. Schmidt gets his lead off second. Keeping an eye on him is Dustin Cicada. Now he backs off, time called. Nemchek had a balk before. Now the set in the 3-2. Swung on and missed at a fastball. Down he goes, strikeout number 5, 2 away. Let me correct something I said earlier, by the way. When the balk was called, I said that was Tom Cribben, the first base umpire, but that is not. Tom Cribben was working the line at third. He is now over near the second base bag. So I thought I'd clear that up. And the pitch a called strike to the top of the order, Jamie Schofield, 0-1. That also being said, I could go 7 months without seeing Tom Cribben, who I've known probably 15 years. He'd remind me of it. Pitch is on the way. This is bounced to short. Grabbed there, thrown across by Ruchowski, and they get out of it. So the inning comes to an end. The Blue Wave do get a run on 2 base hits, no errors, but they do strand a big run. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Trumbull 5, Darien 4. You're watching the Class LL second round playoffs on the HAN Network.
You're watching the HAN Network, and you're not alone. Nearly 1 million people have watched our live sports, news, and entertainment programming since the network launched in August 2015. Advertise on the network that reaches Fairfield County, Connecticut's most engaged audience. Contact Advertising Director Jessica Murrin at 203-273-7312 or email jessica@han.network.
Danny Rachowski will lead things off in the top of the 7th inning against Rich Brereton. He is on in relief of Andrew Winch. Winch went 4 innings. He allowed all 5 runs. Brereton has been sharp so far. The winner has a date Saturday. And that winner will play the winner of Fairfield Ludlow and Simsbury. But as we go to the 7th, Rachowski 1 out of 2. Wilton has a 3-2 lead on NFA. That's bottom of the 5th. We'll get you some more scores. Ward leading Hall 4-0, bottom 5 in that one. Here we go to the 7th. Rachowski will lead things off, left-handed batter. Waits on the first pitch from Brereton. Here it comes. He swings and lifts it down the left field line. That could be trouble as it heads toward the wall, and it does head toward the wall. On his horse and heading towards second as he slows up is Danny Rachowski with a leadoff double. So that is a big insurance run for the Eagles. We say it all the time, especially in high school sports, but it can be true of the NFL and some other places. You try to play a team 3 times in 1 year. It's tough to beat them 3 times in a single season. However, this was the rubber match. The Eagles won the game to end the regular season, while the Blue Wave won the FCIAC Championship. This the rubber match, which means who bounces back. That's where the term came from. Pickoff throw to second, and diving back safely is Rachowski. Good play on Matt Drake at second, Chris Drake at short. There are a few Trumbull fans here. You can hear one of them saying, "Don't get caught out there." That's just not too far from where we are. Cicada, 1 for 3. Singled, popped the second, grounded the short. Taking a look, Brereton brings it home. Showing bunt, bunts it back to the screen. No balls, 1 strike. Not a great pitch to bunt out. It was a higher fastball. If you let that bat get underneath it ever so slightly, you're going to pop it up. In this case, fortunate that it was such a fastball that he fouled it back. But he did elevate it. The check and the 0-1 on the way. Here it comes, runner stays put, showing bunt, pulls it back, and it misses low, 1 ball, 1 strike. They are in the 7th between Ludlow and Simsbury, and it is a scoreless ball game. Pitch on the way, there's the bunt. Coming over to play it is Brown. He'll throw him out, so the sacrifice successful. That's a 3-4 sacrifice. On to third goes Rachowski, nicely executed by Cicada, and 1 out. You did have the concern maybe there would be the mix-up in communication between Brereton and Brown, but they got on the same page and got it all straightened out, and it looks like we're going to get a hitter now. Robert Ola, the junior left-handed batter, will come on and hit here for Andrew Loico, which probably means Loico twirling in the bullpen to get ready for the bottom of the 7th if needed. Ola, the pinch hitter.
30 for 37.
Thank you to Pete Stokes for letting us know. Not many umpires show even the slightest interest in whether or not there are media around because, well, they don't necessarily have to. So that's going an extra mile, and we certainly appreciate it. The pinch hitter, left-handed batter, takes a fastball, called strike on the outer half, 0-1. As we said earlier in the game, when you don't notice the umpiring crew, it's when they do their job, and they're doing it quite well. The 0-1 pitch with 1 out. Swinging and missing, blew a fastball by him, 0-2. Unquestionably a big pitch in this ball game. Chris DeCoco on deck. Infield playing it up, not in all the way. The 0-2. Swung on and missed. He goes down on strikes. Brereton not known to blow it by you. He did it there, 2 down. And that's only his second strikeout in his 3rd inning of work. It'll bring up DeCoco. He's 1 for 3. Grounded into a double play, flied to right, and singled. That is a huge insurance run at 3rd. 2, 3, and 4 due up in the last half. Swinging, bouncer to the right side. Chris Drake waited on the bouncer, sets and throws him out. A huge run is left at 3rd. No runs, a hit, no errors, and the leadoff man stranded at 3rd. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Brereton, Brown, O'Malley due up. 5-4, Trumbull leading Darien. Oh, come on back. You're watching the Class LL second round playoffs on the HAN Network.
Connecticut is coming back to hometown banking, to a partner that makes small businesses feel big, where community comes first, where you get the know-how only neighbors can deliver, where saving time is important too. It's time to expect more. It's time to bank well, bank smart, bank local, bank well. With the 24-month Bank Well Smart CD, you can earn 1.35% APY and raise your rate and add to your CD.
Stop me if you've heard this one before. Trumbull, 3 outs away from a victory against Darien and a 1-run lead. 5-4 as we head to the bottom of the 7th. I'm Rob Adams, Rich Brereton, Casey Brown, Sean O'Malley due up for the Darien Blue Wave. The Blue Wave, the number 3 seed at 21-3 overall, 18-3 in the CIAC. And for the Eagles, the 14 seed, 16-8 overall, 14-7 in the CIAC. They are 3 outs away from moving on and playing either Ludlow or Simsbury. They're going to extra innings scoreless after 7. Brereton popped to second, singled, drove in a run, grounded to short. Right-handed batter. And number 7 awaits. The senior takes high, 1-0. Blue Wave bench alive, all on their feet. The 1-0. Nemchek brings in a breaking ball, a called strike, 1-1. One of those times where you want to check your blood pressure. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Another breaking ball and another called strike. Painted the same spot, 1-2. Nobody on, nobody out. Last of the 7th in the 2nd round. Nemchek ready. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Pitch number 97, a chopper to the mound. He comes off third base side, fires to first, and he's out. Got him by a step. 1-3 on the putout, 1 away. Brereton grabbed the back of his helmet as he went by. Shocked he was not on to start the inning. Casey Brown with a pair of ground outs. Both to first, and then he grounded to second. He's 0 for 3. The lefty brings it home. Stays high and inside, 1-0. Brown with tremendous power, 3:15 down the lines. He can get it out there, the 1-0. Another breaking ball, that's high, 2-0. Sean O'Malley on deck. 2 balls, no strikes. Nemchek brings it home. No, he watched it down low. 3-0. Tremendous bat control by Brown. We've talked about the left-handed batter offering at those low pitches. That looked meaty, and he let it go by. The 3-0. Fastball misses, ball 4. It was high. Nemchek's control has been pretty good. He has walked 3 on the afternoon, and he's hit 1. So if you love drama, and I'm as guilty as anyone, Sean O'Malley is the winning run. It's a 5-4 ball game. He struck out, singled, and grounded to short. Runner off first, 1 out. Watches that stay inside, 1-0. For both coaches, the fingernails get a little shorter. The breathing a little heavier, the 1-0. Big breaking ball, catches the corner. O'Malley hated the call. He spins around and walks away, goes and takes a practice cut, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Here it comes. That's a called strike, 1-2. O'Malley didn't like that one either. Just a sophomore, Sean O'Malley, who's got star written all over him for the next 2 years here at Darien. Crowd into it, the 1-2. Swings, it's a high fly ball. In his tracks and right is Justin Waldeck. He makes the call and the catch, 2 out. I just overheard Eric Gendron to my left saying he just missed that, and he's absolutely right. That pitch was there. The term is meaty, and that thing was a side of beef. Now Matt Drake, 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. The last hope for Darien, tying run at first, 2 out. Nemchek brings it home. Checked his swing, but did not offer, nothing, 1-0 rather. Outfield plays it straight away, infield back. Nemchek trying to throw the complete game, the 1-0. Swinging and missing at a nasty breaking ball, 1-1. He was caught looking in the second and swung missing in the third and the fifth. He swings and misses again, 1-2. This young man scored the winning run in the FCIAC Championship game. Takes a deep breath and a practice cut and climbs back in. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 strike away for Trumbull to advance. The 1-2. That's low, short hop, no advance, blocked by DeCoco, 2-2. And that breaking ball has been fooling him. No need to mess with it. A deep breath from everyone. Nemchek's got what he likes, the 2-2. In the dirt, 3-2. That'll release Brown off first, being held on by DeRubius. Now DeRubius backs off. Brown will get a head start. Now time called as Nemchek backs off. Takes a moment to collect himself, toes the rubber. The left-hander leans in. The right-handed batter twirls the bat. Here we go with the 3-2. Swinging and missing, down goes Drake, and the ball game is over. The Trumbull Eagles have advanced to the quarterfinals. And for the Darien Blue Wave, the season has come to an end. For the Blue Wave, in the bottom of the 7th inning, they get no runs, a walk, no hits, no errors. They leave 1. The final score from Darien High School. Trumbull 5, Darien 4. We'll come back with the postgame right after this. You're watching the Class XXL second round on the HAN Network.
Have a sports injury or a slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast, without an appointment. Biking, golf, tennis, soccer, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care, open Monday through Saturday, now in 2 locations. The iPark building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk and 36 Old Kings Highway South in Darien. Or go to coastalorthoexpress.com, like them on Facebook.
Walter Stewart's Market in New Canaan is your time-saving local shopping destination for the best of spring. Find many of your favorite products, from great specials on everyday items to the freshest organic produce, artisanal cheeses, and grass-fed steaks. Drop off your knives to be sharpened, grab a beautiful bouquet of spring flowers, and stop in next door for a wine tasting. Plus, their personable staff is always ready to lend a helping hand. So stop in to Walter Stewart's Market, 229 Elm Street today, or shop online at stewartsmarket.com.
You're watching the HAN Network, and you're not alone. Nearly 1 million people have watched our live sports, news, and entertainment programming since the network launched in August 2015. Advertise on the network that reaches Fairfield County, Connecticut's most engaged audience. Contact Advertising Director Jessica Murrin at 203-273-7312 or email jessica@han.network.
All right, welcome back to Darien High School. 5-4 the final score. I've grabbed my post-game guest. I'm Rob Adams, just in case anyone's wondering who's filming over there. All right, let's get to this guy. It's Vinny DeRubius with the big hit today. All right, take me through that home run. What's that like?
Well, you know, I got up there and I hit the ball well with my first at-bat, and I just cleared my head, and I saw the pitch I liked, and I just put a good swing on it.
You put a great swing on it. 2-run shot, gave you guys a big lead at the time.
I love you, baby. I love you. I love you, baby.
Couldn't have done that any better. How's that feel?
I felt great. A little cold, but it was great.
On a warm day like this, that's got to feel really great. What's the emotion of this team like? You know, you guys, obviously the big game last week, you know, the 1-run lead, that falls apart in the bottom of the 8th. You guys keep it together, come back here today and get the job done?
Well, I think after last game, we had a little bit of a chip on our shoulder, you know, a lot of energy coming in. We played well as a team. Joe pitched great, and it was a good team win.
Now, the last I saw, Simsbury and Ludlow are scoreless going to extra innings. Do you care who you get next game?
Nope, we just got to go out there and play our game. That's it.
I mean, that's all that's got to be done. How about a word about Joe Nemchek? He was awesome today.
Joe Nemchek's always lights out. He gives everything he's got every game.
I know your team's out there talking it over. Congratulations. Great job by you guys today.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. We'll take a break here. I'll come back and wrap it up. 5-4 the final score. Quick break. We'll say goodnight right after this. You're watching the FCIAC and the Class LL second round on the HAN Network.
Warm weather, light breezes, boats are in the water. There's no better place to celebrate summer than the Dock Shop. Whether in Darien at 51 Tokenique Road or tackle the Dock Beach Day or Harbor Cruise. At the Dock Shop, you'll find a wonderful selection of items made in the USA and right here in New England, all with a distinct nautical flair. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the coastal lifestyle, this is a unique place to shop. DockShop.com.
The HAN Network is the leader in local broadcasting in Fairfield and Westchester counties. We reach tens of thousands of viewers via our live news, sports, and entertainment broadcasting. We can create your advertisement and broadcast it through our programming to one of the most affluent markets in the United States. And remember, our broadcasting is live, which means viewers cannot skip or click past your marketing message. And we measure our audience and their demographics on every broadcast. To advertise on the HAN Network, contact Advertising Director Jessica Murrin at 203-273-7312 or email jessica@han.network.
Hi, I'm Rob Adams with my good friend Donald Eng, and we're the home team for Nutmeg Sports, Monday through Wednesday at 2 o'clock right here on the HAN Network. We are the place for all things Connecticut sports, so come hang out with us on Nutmeg Sports. Don? They don't call him the best color man in the game for nothing. Nutmeg Sports, 2 o'clock, Monday through Wednesday, right here on the HAN Network.
what's happening up in Hartford and what's trending in the Nutmeg State.
Join Kate Chaplinsky
And Josh Fisher
on CT Pulse live Wednesdays at 12:30 to find out.
We talk to the leaders and newsmakers while breaking down the stories you should be paying attention to each week.
With the help of HAN's editorial cartoonist Doug Smith, we take a humorous look at the news of the week. We talk about everything you were told you should avoid bringing up in polite company.
CT Pulse, Wednesdays at 12:30 on the HAN Network.
I'm John Kovach. I'm a newspaper editor. I'm a high school football coach. I'm a television presenter. And I want you to love fishing as much as I do. Tune in to Yankee Fisherman, Thursdays at 1 on the HAN Network. It's like going to the tackle shop without leaving your office.
Break, and then I'll come back. Back here in Darien, we grabbed one more guest, starting winning pitcher, complete game effort, Joe Nemchek. Joe, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are you curious about your numbers?
I mean, I don't know. This is a great team that we played. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Third seed and big rivalry going on. But I mean, every time we play these guys, it's a great ball game. I really respect every kid over there.
I'll read them for you anyway. 111 pitches, 7 innings, 4 runs, 3 earned, 7 hits, 3 walks, hit 1, struck out 6. That's a solid line.
Yeah, no, thank you. I mean, I put a lot into this. I mean, I work hard every day and I keep the morale of my teammates up, and I mean, we were really wanting this win. I mean, this was what we wanted. We came here to Darien, and we did what we had to do.
I brought it up to Vinny. I'll bring it up to you because you're on the mound. You know, you go to the last of the 7th inning. It's a 1-run ball game. It's kind of deja vu again from last week. Do you let that creep into your mind, and how do you avoid letting it get into your mind?
I mean, no. I mean, like, I didn't really feel any kind of pressure, honestly. I just, I had to stick my head down and get those outs for my team, as I owe it to these guys. These guys are everything to me.
I was saying before, do you care who you see in the next round, or it's just baseball, whoever shows up?
Absolutely not. I mean, it's just baseball. I mean, we can get Ludlow, we'll get Simsbury, but either or, we're going to come out and work as hard as we can.
Well, the last I heard, the winning run was on for Simsbury, but I don't think the run came across, so I think they're still playing. That's the last I heard. Still a scoreless game, so you guys still don't have an answer. Best of luck to you guys in the next round, and keep it going.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, Joe Nemchek with us here. We take a break. Now I'll come back and say goodnight right after this on the HAN Network.
Connecticut is coming back to hometown banking, to a partner that makes small businesses feel big, where community comes first, where you get the know-how only neighbors can deliver, where saving time is important too. It's time to expect more. It's time to bank well, bank smart, bank local, bank well. With the 24-month Bank Well Smart CD, you can earn 1.35% APY and raise your rate and add to your CD.
You're watching the HAN Network, and you're not alone. Nearly 1 million people have watched our live sports, news, and entertainment programming since the network launched in August 2015. Advertise on the network that reaches Fairfield County, Connecticut's most engaged audience. Contact Advertising Director Jessica Murrin at 203-273-7312 or email jessica@han.network.
So the disappointment for the Darien Blue Wave, the excitement for the Trumbull Eagles. For the Blue Wave, their season comes to an end at 21-4 overall. They are the FCIAC champions, but the Trumbull Eagles get the rubber match of the 3 meetings between these two teams with a 5-4 final score. I'm taking one last look to see who will meet them in the next round. We know Ward is 1 now, but they go into a 9. That one's still scoreless. Terrific game there. Best of luck to either team. In this case, for Trumbull, 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors. They left 4 on base. For Darien, 4 runs, 7 hits, 1 error, and they left 5 on base. And I'm just double checking my numbers. Actually reverse what I just said there because it was Trumbull who committed the 1 error. So let's say that again. 5 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for Trumbull. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Darien. They left 7 on base. The Eagles left 4 on base in a game that took 1 hour and 46 minutes. The winning pitcher, Joe Nemchek, he goes the distance, allowing 4 runs, 3 earned, 7 hits, 3 walks, hit 1, struck out 6. The losing pitcher is going to be Andrew Winch in 4 innings of work, 5 runs, all earned, 7 hits, no walks, hit 1, struck out 2. Richard Brereton pitched well in 3 innings of work. He gets no decision. Final score, 5-4. And with all that said here on a beautiful Wednesday afternoon, that'll do it from Darien High School. With your final score, the Trumbull Eagles 5 and the Darien Blue Wave 4. We'll start your day tomorrow with Coffee Break. That'll be followed, of course, by Yankee Fisherman, Arts and Leisure as we move along. Head on to Friday as well with Coffee Break one more time as we go off to the weekend. But a great job by everybody here. Final score, 5-4. For our crew here at Darien High School, Marty Hersom, Josh Fisher, Andrew Mitchell, Sean Saylor, A.J. Simonowski. A thanks to Alex Hager, John Ruth, Eric Gendron directing. For all of them, I'm Rob Adams. Trumbull wins 5-4. They move on to the next round of the Class Double L playoffs. They move on to the quarterfinals. We'll see you tomorrow for Coffee Break. You've been watching the FCIAC on the HAN Network. Good night from Darien High School.